Hey everyone, welcome to episode 31 of Disney Channel Original Newbies. I'm Joanna.
And I am Sam.
And today we are going to talk about Jett Jackson, the movie.
Yeah, we are.
It's going to be pretty awesome.
And exciting.
Very exciting.
Oh, super awesome.
Exciting.
Yeah, but you said awesome and I said exciting. And then we switched off.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
So this movie from the year 2001 is based on an extension of the TV show, The Famous Jett Jackson.
Yes. So there was a TV show on Disney Channel for, I think it was 3 seasons. I don't know if it was 3 years, 3 or 4 years or so. There was a TV show about Jett Jackson, who's the main character in the movie. It's basically the premise of the movie is that he's just in a small town and he's a famous actor and he's very popular in the school. And I remember watching a few episodes. I don't really remember the show that much.
Okay, that was going to be my question if you watched this show.
I get this sense that it's sort of like a Degrassi type show because it has some like serious concepts and stuff like that.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, like there was like an eating disorder episode. There was a episode where Jett kind of confronts whether or not he's like really black, quote unquote, because he's like rich and famous. So whether he, confronts the same, issues that African Americans in the United States confront. So they do get into some serious topics.
Okay. Do you know in the show, does the show start and he's famous, or does he become famous over the course of the show?
I believe that I don't know if he was an actor before. I'm assuming he was an actor the whole time because he moves from LA to this town. And so I think he was famous beforehand and he quickly becomes popular. I don't remember that specifically. But he was definitely, I believe he was an actor before, then moved to the town to film this show.
Okay.
Film the movies or show. I don't really know if it was a show or a movie, to be honest.
I think it was a show.
Maybe that's what it was. Okay.
It seemed like a show.
Yeah, that makes
sense. And
they
wanted 3 more seasons of it.
Right. Okay, so that makes sense then.
Yeah, and there were some questions that I had throughout the movie but they were things that I thought that if I were a fan of the show and watched the movie, I wouldn't have had those questions.
Yeah, me too. There's a few things. I'm sure we'll get into that as they come up. So yeah, so the premise basically, I mean, if you know the show, it's an extension of the show, like you said before. Jett Jackson plays a superhero or an agent, not really a superhero.
An action hero.
An action hero, yeah, named Silverstone. And he is filming this show in this small town where he's very popular, and he's confronting his issues with like a work-life balance and school balance, all 3 of those put together. So he doesn't know whether he wants to continue the show or not. And then there's a big, not really a twist, because we kind of know what happens pretty quickly, but we can get into that.
One of the questions I had that I feel like now that we've talked about the premise of the show would not have been answered was why weren't there any tutors on set? Like, why did he have to go to public school?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that threw me off. Because I feel like when you're filming shows like that, there's usually a tutor for any of the actors who are still school age.
Right. No, that would make sense.
Or they would film it like during the summer when he doesn't have school.
And also, like, his co-star seemed like the same age as him. Maybe a little bit older than him, if anything, Hawk. So, like... Yeah,
so why wasn't she in school?
She should have been in the same school as him, you would think.
Yeah. Maybe she took advantage of the tutor.
Maybe.
And
maybe that's
he was like, no, I'm going to go to public school. Also, there's a scene pretty early on where he's riding his bike to school. It's like, come on, the studio couldn't spring for a driver for him?
It's possible in the show he wanted to be like a man of the people and wanted to not
and he was like...
do that stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of why I think it was done like that.
All right. So maybe in the show, in an early season, they were like, yeah, we'll drive you around, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, no, I'm going to be a kid.
He's basically the Bernie Sanders of that town.
He rides coach.
And he wears those big gloves, the mittens.
I was wondering why he wore them in every scene.
Yeah, it was weird because even in the action scenes, when he was doing stunts and stuff, he still was wearing those oversized mittens. Yeah.
Yeah, and he looked kind of grumpy too.
Oh, so grumpy.
Yeah, and cold.
Yes. Oh my God, it was so cold in that show.
Yeah, mostly cold, a little grumpy, definitely mittened up.
Yeah, for sure. So get into some of the characters. So like we said, Silverstone is I want to say the actor. Silverstone is the character in the TV show played by Jett Jackson. His helper, not really helper, they're like the same level. His agent that he worked with is named Hawk. She seems like the same age as him, but who knows? I guess we'll never know.
His co-star.
Right.
Well, co-character, because her name isn't really Hawk.
Yeah, I don't remember
her name.
Who cares? We'll call her Hawk.
Yeah.
There's Nigel, who's like their boss on the show.
Just I think about Simi Valley.
With Nigel?
Hawk.
Oh, Hawk. Oh my God. We have to finish watching Simi Valley. That was so funny.
It was so funny.
Hawk. I didn't think about that at all during this. That's very funny. We have JB, who is Jett Jackson's best friend.
Yep.
They go to high school with. They're in high school, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
He's like 15 probably. He's older
they
than
were
most
going
of
to
their...
junior prom.
Okay, so like 16 years old probably. Yeah. And then we have Kayla, who she and Jett have like mutual crushes on each other, but can't really admit it.
And I got the sense that this has been going on for several seasons in the TV show.
In the TV show, yeah.
This is the slow burn.
Right. And then we have Jett's mom and dad who are divorced, his grandma. We'll get into the whole host of other peeps in the show, but yeah.
Yeah. So when the movie opened and had that action sequence, I mean, I had no idea what this movie was about.
Oh, okay.
So I thought that it was
tricked.
an action movie with teenage spies.
Oh, it's like a kind of like a, what was that?
Like Spy Kids.
Spy Kids.
Yeah,
oh my God.
That's what I thought we were getting into.
I used to watch Spy Kids all the time.
I did too. It was so good.
Yeah. The first two were good, I think.
I did not watch the third.
The second was good.
Was there a third?
Was like Antonio Banderas in it or something? In the first one?
Yes, I think he's the dad.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Crazy. Great movie.
We should watch Spy Kids again.
Yeah, why not? I'm sure it's terrible. Let's watch it.
No, it's not terrible. It's fantastic.
So you thought... So I knew he was an actor.
Yeah, I thought this was an action movie for the first 2 minutes or however long that opening was.
Were you excited for that?
Yeah, it was. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah, it did look pretty cool.
Yeah.
We kind of get to live it out, though.
That's true. We do.
When it switches up, yeah.
Yeah. And, I mean, from the... I was going to say the movie poster. The thumbnail on Disney, not Disney Plus. This was not on Disney Plus.
We bought this movie.
We bought this. Oh, my God.
On Google Play. It's also on YouTube if you want to watch it there.
Yeah, but we bought it on Google Play. So the thumbnail, it has like an action movie kind of vibe thumbnail as well.
Oh, okay. I don't think I saw the thumbnail. I'm sure I did when I bought it, but I don't remember.
So when they yelled cut, I was actually surprised.
That's funny. So they got you. That was perfect. Perfect opening. In the next few scenes, we meet up with JB and Kayla. Again, she was going to ask him to prom. She doesn't. He goes back on set. And we kind of explain how he has a tough work-school life balance, like we talked about before. And there's another awkward conversation between Jett and Kayla that happens like 3 or 4 times in the first 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, and all right, so this confused me.
Oh, they like each other, so they want to like kiss and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for clearing that up.
No problem.
All right, so now we can move on to this other thing that confused me.
Oh, there was a second thing?
There was a second thing.
Okay, so let's go to the second thing.
A smaller thing.
Sure.
That was the main thing.
Let's do it.
The second thing that confused me, so Jett clearly is filming before school. He goes to school. He has this conversation with Kayla. He's filming again. Then he's back at school. And I thought that was the next day. But then he says something like it's the end of the day. And they were talking this morning. So does he go film during his lunch break?
Yeah, it seems like in the middle of the day he went to film. I also found that strange.
That's very strange.
That definitely is what happened, though.
I mean, I don't know about you, but in high school, my lunch break was like 45 minutes.
Yeah, ours too.
So he rode his bike to set, got in costume, got makeuped up.
Maybe
made up.
Maybe he has a study hall, lunch study hall. So he's like an hour and a half, 2 hours kind of break there.
Still seems like a lot to get in.
Oh, absolutely. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
They definitely should just film after school. It makes it a lot easier.
They should.
Even before school is ridiculous.
Yes, it is. Because school starts early. So he must have been filming at like 5 a.m.
I'm glad
no
we
wonder
agree
he was
there.
tired. I'm concerned about Jett.
And Jett is having this whole first fifth of his life crisis because his agent's like, hey, do you want to sign on for more seasons of the show? And he's like, I don't know if I want to because I'm missing out on my childhood because of, acting and all that.
Although I feel like if he had a driver and he got places faster, he wouldn't have missed out on as much of his childhood. He would
I think
have
the school's
missed out
very close
on...
to the set and everything. They say that his house is like a 10-minute walk to school, and the set's right there.
Oh, see, I didn't get that. I mean, I feel like everything was close, but still, driving in a car versus riding a bike.
Well, he can't drive. Oh, if he had a drive. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
if he had
agree.
a driver.
Obviously, that would be easier. I agree with that. Or
Right.
even if Uber existed, could you imagine?
His life would have been so much better.
I know.
Maybe he would have gotten at least one dance in at prom.
Well, that's the next part. Kayla and Jett agree to go to prom, not officially together, but they said they'll dance.
They're going to go alone together. They're
together.
both going to prom alone, but they're going to be alone together.
And they'll dance at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe not together, who knows? But they'll
there will
dance
be
at some
dancing,
point.
and they will be together separately.
Right. They are filming. There's something wrong when he's filming. They have to redo a scene. And he's like, I'm going to be late to prom. And they're like, hey,
Whatever,
buddy, who gives a
man.
shit?
Not like you have to get to class.
Right.
This isn't your lunch break.
And
When did he eat lunch?
He doesn't eat lunch.
Oh, okay.
Well, they have catering at the set, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. He
They could
keeps leaving
craft
his soda
services.
everywhere.
Oh, my God. Don't get me started on the soda. And he eventually gets to the prom, gets to the school. He's running there. He has the corsage in hand. And everyone's gone. Except for the janitor.
And his mom.
Who I thought was a teacher at first. And was very confused.
I thought she was a teacher and his mom. Like,
Well,
she
yeah.
taught at the school.
Well, I didn't know it was his mom. I thought it was just a teacher there. And I was like, oh, the teacher must love Jett. And I was like, oh, it's his mom.
Yeah, the teacher does love Jett.
Yes,
You're right.
yes, for other reasons. Not because she's a teacher. Hopefully not. I don't know.
Things just got awkward in here.
What do you mean?
Because the teacher love different reasons thing.
Oh, I guess so. I meant as a student.
Favorite student.
Sure. Hopefully he's her favorite student. Although I don't think he could be her actual student in class.
I mean, in Hounded, it seemed like Shia LaBeouf was the headmaster's least favorite student, and
Yeah, but headmaster doesn't teach the classes, though. I feel there'd be a conflict of interest there.
yeah, but he's still a teaching figure, kind of.
Sure.
An administrator in a school.
And he did cheat for him, so, I mean, doesn't really matter at that point.
Doesn't mean he likes him, though.
Right. No, that's fair. That's fair. He misses the prom. He talks to his mom. He's like, I don't want to continue filming. This is ridiculous. I missed prom. I missed my girl, Kayla.
Oh, poor Jett and Kayla. All the fans who had watched that slow burn for 3 seasons were devastated.
Oh, my God.
They were like, oh my God, they're going to dance and they're going to kiss.
Hearts
and then
breaking
they were like,
in real time.
Didn't even make it to the dance.
Damn.
I'm sorry, all those 12-year-old fans. I feel your pain.
And now we get to the soda spilling. So what happens here is that there's a set, so everything's fake. There's a set, and some soda spills into a very expensive machine. There's a space-time
Electrical
continuum,
surge.
like, fake set piece. And because of the surge, it turns on the actual space-time continuum machine, or whatever it's called. And Jett falls into it. I don't know how he falls into it.
Because there's an electrical surge from the liquid electricity. He gets shocked, and it's a really strong shock, and he gets like thrown back.
So he gets thrown back into the machine. He pops into it. We don't know at the time, but something pops out of it. And basically what happens is Jett and Silverstone switch places, and Silverstone exists in an alternate reality. So Silverstone is now in Jett's reality, and Jett's now in Silverstone's reality.
Correct. So, like, the premise of the movie is that there are multiple parallel universes. So, Jett's world, this show is happening, and he's playing Silverstone. But in a parallel universe, Silverstone is real, Hawk is real, and these things are really happening.
And they don't know anything. That's a TV show.
Right.
There's no
this
TV
is
show.
just real IRL. This is real life.
Hell yeah.
This is the real world.
Right on, brother.
So those two personalities switch.
What do you think of that?
So I thought it was an interesting premise, but the whole time I was wondering, how are these worlds connected? It's because later on in the movie, we see things like, oh, the writers didn't finish it yet. But those things just didn't happen in either world. And that's kind of like why the writers didn't finish the script. I was like, okay, so how are these worlds connected? Is there like a mole in one world feeding to the other world to say what's happening?
Oh, interesting. So like the writers see what happens in Silverstone's world, and that's how they write it?
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
think
what
of
I
that
was
at all.
thinking.
I was thinking
like,
of a more of a stranger than fiction kind of situation.
oh, where like the writer is writing the character is...
Yeah.
Okay.
And it happens based upon what they write. Or a Death Note kind of situation.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought of those options. I was waiting for, like, I don't know, the guy who built the set to have like a connection.
Intriguing.
Something like that. I don't know.
So your first thought wasn't a Death Note and Stranger Than Fiction crossover? That wasn't your first thought?
No.
Interesting.
No.
Huh.
I know. I'm way off my game.
Yeah. Maybe you'll pick it up for the next movie. Okay?
Maybe, yeah, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
And you'll let me know which two movies combined that one reminds you of. Okay. So they get thrown into each other's worlds. Silverstone has no idea what's going on. Well, I guess they both don't really know what's going on because Jett's like, I thought we're filming. He's calling the characters' names, so Nigel and Hawk, by their actor names. And they're like, what are you talking about,
you
buddy?
hit your head really hard.
Yeah, so they think he just lost his mind. And Silverstone, everyone thinks that he is Jett, but again, that he's acting weird because he doesn't know it's a show. He just thinks he's an agent, which he is.
Yeah, he's also taking things very seriously. And they're kind of like, oh, he's just way too into character.
Yes.
And Silverstone figures out what's going on way before Jett, which I thought was realistic because
Definitely.
Silverstone is a spy agent.
Definitely. Yeah, Silverstone goes home, and JB goes into his window.
Home to Jett's home.
To Jett's house. Yeah, Silverstone goes to Jett's house. We'll call him that way. It's probably the easiest way. So Silverstone goes to Jett's house. JB climbs to the window and is like, hey, Kayla's pissed at you for missing the prom. He's like, who's Kayla? What's prom? What are you talking about? And JB's like, okay, buddy, let's, you don't remember that?
Weirdo alert.
And
what's up with you, Jett?
So now we know that, Kayla's pissed, which we kind of knew anyway.
I mean, I think that was assumed.
Right. And then Jett meets with Artemis is
the British
Nigel. So
yeah.
Nigel's the actor. Okay, that's what I was getting wrong. So Nigel, the actor, plays Artemis. So Jett meets with Artemis, the actual Artemis, in the other reality. And Artemis is like, why are you freaking out like this? Like, you're Silverstone. I'm not Nigel. That's Hawk. It's not whatever
Yeah,
her
but
name
I think
is.
it took Jett a while to catch on because I guess Nigel in his world is super into it, and he rehearses all the time and he stays in character.
Right.
So Jett just thought that he was staying in character.
Right. Oh, and also Silverstone announced to the media that he's not doing the show anymore. Although he didn't really know what he was being asked in the first place.
Yeah, they kind of ambushed him.
And now, because he announced that, most of the people in the town are mad at him. Because a lot of people in the town are only there because of the show. Like, some of the teachers are like actors in the show, it seemed like.
I didn't get that.
What did they
That
worked
was
on? Some I don't understand.
so. This is one of the things where I feel like it might be more clear if we watched the show. But my guess was that because all these people were there from Hollywood,
Oh,
and they
like
were
the
like,
school existed because of that.
or not existed, but there was like maybe an influx of students.
Right, like
Because
and like more funding for the schools and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
And then when the show left, they probably were like, oh, we're not going to have as many students. We won't have as much funding. Taxes, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to have to make some layoffs. Although it happened very quickly.
Oh, the next day.
Yeah, it was immediate.
Literally the next day, the teacher's like, oh, I'm leaving.
I feel like they would have at least waited to the end of the school year.
Definitely. It was insane. Although it is near the end of the school year because of the prom and stuff like that. But yeah, I agree. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. And I mean, I feel like those teachers are in a union. It just wouldn't have happened like that.
Right. Definitely. We also have the bullies in town who's like the jock is mad at Jett because his parents work on the show.
Yeah, and I thought he was a bully until the end of the movie where they're like, oh, and you two were friends.
Yeah. Well, we saw earlier in the movie.
Yeah, they were fine.
Yeah, Jett's in school, and he's like the most popular kid in school. So.
Yeah, and the jocks are cool with him.
Right. Oh, we forgot to mention also, Jett is now acting as Silverstone, kind of. So they go to Chicago, because the bad guy's name is Krang?
I think Crag.
Krag, the Astro Krag. And Krag is like destroying the world because he could cut into...
It seems like the space-time continuum.
Yes, there's a lot of space-time continuums going on here. So he could just go anywhere, and he can morph into different things.
Yes. What did they... I don't remember what they called it. It's a thing.
Me either. So they go to Chicago because Artemis tells them. So Hawk and Jett, I should say, go to Chicago. They see it's completely destroyed.
Not destroyed, it's just gone.
It's gone. It's like missing. And Artemis shows up there and they're like, oh, I didn't know you were there. And he tells them to go to New York. They go to New York, and then we figure out that you called this, that Artemis was not actually Artemis. It was a facade. And it was just Krag.
Yep, it was him.
Very impressive on your part. I didn't think that.
Thank you.
You got me there.
He just got there too quickly.
They eventually go to New York City, and Krag is there because he planned to trick them in the first place. And he says New York City is going to turn into what Chicago just was, and you'll be stuck there forever unless you leave within 2 minutes.
Unfortunately for Krag, he landed them way downtown. Like, you should have put them in the middle of Manhattan.
Oh, hell yeah. Put
like
them in
Central
Times Square.
Park. Yeah. Oh, man, they wouldn't have gotten 3 blocks.
Hell no.
Yeah, no, he put them, like, right by the Hudson River.
And what do?
They jump into the Hudson.
Would you do that?
I think I would rather live in an alternate universe than jump into the Hudson.
Yeah, me too. I would die, so definitely for me.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So they run for like 10 minutes. There's no way it was 2 minutes I got that far, but whatever.
They're so fast.
They're very fast, that's true. They have no superpowers or abilities or anything, but they got
they're
there.
just fast.
And they dive into the Hudson, and then everything in New York turns and just goes away. It just
disappears.
Just like Chicago.
It's like sucked into a vortex.
And they jump back on. I don't remember what happens between that.
They kind of, I guess the rip in time that Krag created hadn't fully closed.
Oh, and he jumps in, right?
Yeah, Jett dives in, and Hawk doesn't get back into the rip in time.
Right, she was too slow to get into it. So she's stuck in real reality.
Their real reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jett jumps into like this like black and white, slowed down zombie world.
Yes.
That's also in New York City.
New York City in the world that Krag created.
Right.
This is like a confusingly meta movie.
There's like no sound. Everything's slow. There's no color.
It's just multiple alternate realities.
Yeah, no one like reacts to anything. There's eventually a fight scene where Jett fights all the
goons.
Yeah, the goons, which was like the most boring fight scene I've ever seen. And it wasn't even a fight scene.
See, it was kind of boring, but I was kind of okay with it because Jett was fighting like it was choreographed because that's what he knows.
Right.
And
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a really good point.
Thank you.
All right, I take it back.
It's like whoever choreographed that fight was like, we want it to look extra staged.
It was like Power Rangers fighting.
Yeah.
Was the sense
pretty
I
much.
got.
That's a really good way to put it.
Yeah. Like barely touching people, they go flying.
Self-aware Power Rangers.
Yes, 100%. I'm glad we agree there. He fights them all, and then he dives. He gets the portal maker slasher knife thing, and he dives back out of the portal with it and finds Hawk. I was like, oh, I got the knife.
I got the crystal
portal thing.
And I guess Hawk doesn't usually wait for him because he's like, thanks. And she's like, you're welcome. Little do we know, in a few scenes, we'll find out that that is not, in fact, Hawk.
Was that Hawk not Hawk?
No.
How do we know that?
Because real Hawk went back to, I guess, their headquarters. And I think that's why he was like, it was unusual that she was waiting for him.
Oh, that's weird because I thought that was the real Hawk. And then when they went back to headquarters is when they switched spots. But probably you're right, though. Because how would he get into the headquarters? Unless he went as Hawk while they were doing all that stuff.
No, see, I assumed that real Hawk went back to headquarters. And then when she was gone, Crag changed his
turned
appearance.
into Hawk.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. It's possible. We'll never know.
No, we won't. That's true.
It's possible. We'll ask Hawk.
Okay. Yeah.
Not the actress.
She's a librarian now.
Yeah. Sort of. In a way. Okay. I'm trying to read my own handwriting. Oh, the creek. I thought it said crack. Silverstone, Kayla, and JB. Kayla and Silverstone kind of make up a little bit.
He has a romantic dance moment.
Yes. They dance together to his favorite song.
So sweet.
Yeah. Which just makes me think of the movie we watched last night with the favorite song. With the daughter dancing to it.
Oh, yeah.
Or singing
Country
to it.
Roads, yeah.
Take me home.
To the place.
Oh, that's too much. We'll get copyrighted. Could you imagine? Just from singing 3 lines.
I like that. We'll be copyrighted.
Yeah, they'll make a song
We'll
from
be
us.
copyrighted. Yeah.
So Silverstone, Kayla, and JB go down to the creek. That's where the bullies are, the big football guys. But then...
Who look like they're 35 years old, by the
God,
way.
at least. They each have 3 kids, and one is a false hit, probably, by now.
By now, meaning when they filmed the movie.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
not
now
like,
they're
yeah.
67 years old, probably.
I mean, they legit look like they're our age.
It was very funny. Older than us, I would say.
More facial hair than me, for sure.
Barely. Then Jett's dad comes, who's a sheriff. I think we knew he was a sheriff, though, beforehand. I think they mentioned it at some point.
Did they? I couldn't remember, but I'm assuming if we had watched the show, we would have just known that. Yeah.
So he drives over, and he's like, hey, guys, break it up. He drives Silverstone to set, and then Silverstone... This is the first time we see Silverstone trying to act, because he hasn't filmed any scenes since he's jumped into the new reality.
That's right.
And so they're doing a rehearsal scene, not really filming it, and he's delivering his lines and if he's just trying to read.
It's the worst thing anyone's ever experienced.
So he gives his lines, and everyone on set starts cracking up. Like Nigel's dying laughing from it.
He's a regular John Mulaney over there.
Yeah, in that he
is funny
and is having a baby soon.
Yay!
That's what you meant, right?
Yeah, Mazel Tov, John and Olivia.
And Nigel.
And Hawk.
Artemis. Wait, Nigel and Hawk are having a baby?
No. Hawk like in Simi Valley. That baby Hawk.
The baby Hawk. Okay.
Yeah, congratulations on being a baby that was born.
There we go. That works.
I think at this point, we switch back to Jett and Hawk in the Silverstone world.
Right. And this is where we also realize that it's the same.
Yes, because it's like a really smooth transition.
Which I didn't understand.
I had to explain it.
Yeah.
It was cute.
I got it eventually. But
You did.
How was I supposed to know that it was the other reality?
Yeah, so in Jett's reality, where Silverstone is rehearsing, they're rehearsing the scene, and then it transitions into the other world with Jett, Hawk, and Nigel.
Right, and Jett's just talking, having a conversation. And I was like,
But it's
wow,
the same
Silverstone's a great
scene.
actor already.
Yeah, it's the same scene.
But it's just Jett. Yeah.
So he and Hawk, real Hawk, go to New York City. And this entire sequence, it made me, I don't know, a little nervous, no, nervous isn't the right word. I don't know how to describe it. But again, this movie.
Delicious?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh.
Came out in 2001. It was filmed in 2000.
Oh, right.
And we watched it on September 11th.
Yeah, we did.
And I was like, when are these towers going to show up?
I wonder if it wasn't at first and I cut it.
Oh, maybe. Because they were showing...
They showed the Empire State Building.
Yes. And they showed some iconic New York City buildings.
Yeah.
So maybe you're right. Maybe they took them out.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Like the Javits Center. No.
They took the Javits Center out.
My least favorite building in New York.
But yeah, this whole sequence of them running around New York City, I was like, when are they going to...
Yeah, because I think the movie came out before 9/11.
It did. I think it came...
But barely. Like a few months at most.
Yes.
So.
And then him yelling, "Get out of New York City."
Oh, yeah.
That did not age well.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah. Ouch.
Moving on. Silverstone... I think this is when Silverstone and Kayla danced. I don't remember exactly when it was. But eventually, at some point, they danced, like you said before. Silverstone's going to film the final day, or one of the final days of filming. And everyone in town's, like, cheering for him. So, like, no one really hates him. They got over it pretty quickly.
Yeah, they're like, don't worry, you're still super popular. You'll get another job and bring some more business here.
Yes.
Yay!
Jett's grandmother speaks with Silverstone and, like, I know what's up. I know you're not actually Jett. I don't know how she knows this, just because he's acting differently.
Because she looked into his eyes and could tell, because she's the grandmother.
She know.
So at the beginning of the movie, I knew someone was going to realize it wasn't the real Jett. I thought it was going to be Kayla.
Oh, that's possible. I was thinking JB, because JB's smooth.
He is pretty smooth.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that there was a grandma at the beginning of the movie, though.
She shows up at one point when they're in the dad's house. She's like in the kitchen at one point.
Yeah, but that was like the middle of the movie?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, not in the beginning, for sure.
Yeah.
We don't meet like any of his family, really. We don't get introduced to them much besides like the mother. The father a tiny bit, and that's it.
That's true. This is definitely, you have to know all the characters 100%, ahead of time.
Without a doubt. Silverstone's told that they made a change to the finale, and they're going over a certain scene. Silverstone's like, I know this is a trick, but Jett wouldn't know this is a trick. I have to go into my actual reality and help out Jett, because he's going to get tricked by this.
Right. So Silverstone sneaks back into his reality. Jett goes back into his reality. So everyone's where they're supposed to be.
Right.
But then Jett finds out that the script is going to call for Silverstone's death, and that's how they're going to end the series.
Right, because Silverstone read the script but didn't read the entirety of it, which is crazy.
It wasn't available yet.
But then how did Jett get it so quickly?
Because the soda guy just tells him.
Oh, that's what it was. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't completed yet.
Right, so Jett jumps in, and that's when he and Silverstone meet for the first time, right?
They met for the first time.
Oh, when Silverstone comes out first. Okay, yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
So they meet again. Oh, I'm sorry. Jett returns to his reality. That's when he reads the script, right? Then he goes back to Silverstone. Silverstone goes to like the bad factory, and he tries to save Hawk and Artemis, but Crag has him trapped in some force field, and then has like this laser pointed at Silverstone to kill him.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be a lights out for Silverstone. But then Jett appears, which no one saw coming, including Silverstone.
And Joanna.
Definitely Joanna. And knocks Crag out, saves the day, he and Silverstone.
And there's like a fight scene involving Artemis, Hawk, and the goons from before, basically.
Yes.
So they get into a little fight as well with the same Power Rangers fighting.
Only Power Rangers fighting in this movie.
Hell yeah.
And then there's, Crag can change shape. So he turns into Jett / Silverstone.
Mm-hmm.
And
So now
there's
there's
a standoff.
I'm seeing double.
Triple.
3 Silverstones. I
So-
wrote Silversteins. I don't know why.
They're Jewish.
Couldn't you tell? He's acting.
So Silverstone and Jett have a moment.
I think you described it as a triple Spider-Man meme, right? When they're pointing at each other.
Just the Spider-Man move. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is very accurate.
Yes, it was perfect.
Yeah, so they're all looking at each other. 2 of them lock eyes, and they're like,
I got you, boo.
and they like, what's it called when you like push someone when someone's lower, and they fall over?
Oh, there is a term for that.
I want to say Eiffel Tower, but I know it's not Eiffel
No.
Tower.
That's definitely something different.
Mailbox. They mailbox
Yeah,
it.
they mailbox him.
Yeah, by like kicking him up high and down low at the same time. So he falls
Well
over
done.
and just turns back into Crag style. What was the bad guy from? I want to say it's from the Ninja Turtles, like the brain that was in someone's stomach.
Oh.
Was that like Krang?
I don't remember who it was called. I know what you're talking. I can picture it in my head.
Because I think it sounds like Crag. It's like Krang.
I don't remember at all.
Yeah, I don't know what the name was, but we'll have to.
We'll have to look that up at a later date.
We'll figure it out. Silverstone and Jett talk, and they're basically saying that they're somewhat jealous and envious of each other, of their situations. Jett kind of wants to be in Silverstone's world because it's like more like fulfilling, I guess, at that point.
Yeah,
And-
he feels like he's actually saving the world.
right. And Silverstone wants like a real life, basically, like a grass is greener kind of situation.
Yeah, but then they both realize what they have, and they're okay with going back to their own world.
Right, exactly. So Jett goes back to his world. So Silverstone's already in his world. Jett comes out. Him and Kayla hold hands.
So sweet.
Cute and
Oh,
everything.
fans were so happy.
People were hooting and hollering at their own homes while watching that.
Ooh, they're holding hands.
And more importantly, Jett agrees to keep doing the show.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Everyone's so pumped.
And that's it.
Yeah. The end.
What did you think about this movie?
I think I would have liked it more if it was just an action movie. Actually, it wasn't bad. It was not bad.
Those are the exact words I would use, I think. Wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Would care more about it if we watched the TV show.
Yes, I would be more invested in the character. I would have known who the characters are. Definitely a movie that needs to be watched by a fan of the show.
I agree. It was entertaining. It was fine.
Yeah.
Nothing to write home about. I'm not going to be, remembering this movie and walking around in town.
When we do our top 10, third 10.
Well, hopefully I will remember this movie when we do our top 10s. But it was fine. Nothing outstanding. But it was an interesting premise. I like
it.
The
Was an
premise.
interesting premise.
It
Yeah.
was filmed well. I mean, the acting wasn't great. Jett was a good actor, but
It
the
was
rest were not.
It was a Disney Channel original
Yeah,
movie.
like JB.
That's the caliber acting.
JB and Kayla are not great actors.
I feel like we didn't get to see enough of Kayla. Like we just don't
How
know.
about JB?
No, he seemed like he was a theater actor and not
Yes.
a TV actor.
Totally. All right. So you want to do fun facts first, or do you want to do our questions first?
Let's do our questions.
Okay. Who would you most want to hang out with?
Jett.
I also put Jett. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. He's really
Yeah.
cool. He is a nice guy. He's a very nice guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
So yeah, I think that was a pretty easy choice.
Agreed.
Next question.
What was your favorite scene?
I liked this scene a lot was when Silverstone first does the acting.
Oh, and
pretending to be
everyone starts
Jett,
laughing
and everyone
at
just
him?
starts dying laughing. And he
Yeah.
just doesn't react at all because he doesn't really have emotions for the most part. I found that very funny.
Yeah, and I liked it because he's just acting like himself. Like
Yeah.
he could just be himself.
Oh, absolutely. If he just ad-libbed it, it probably would work way better.
Yeah.
What was yours?
So at first I was going to put that scene transition.
Oh, when I got tricked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I decided the Spider-Man standoff
Okay.
was just very entertaining.
It was good. It was good.
I mean, it was literally the meme with the Spider-Men pointing at each other.
And it was the actor playing Jett Jackson playing 3 roles at the same time. How often do you see that?
Rarely.
Besides, like, in Willy Wonka, the newer one with Johnny Depp. Newer one. It came out like a decade ago. But it's the same Oompa Loompa for all the
Oompa Loompas? Yeah. I didn't see that one.
Well, it was okay.
I like the original.
Oh, it was so creepy, the original.
I like it.
Like, kids died?
Maybe.
We don't really know. There's no closure on that, but whatever. Okay. What was one thing that you would change about the movie?
I wanted to find out the connection between the two worlds. I wanted there to be some sort of tie, so I would have added that factor in.
I think it's just the script. Just whatever the script ends up being.
Yeah, but why? Is it science? Is it magic?
There's no reason for it. Oh, that's what you mean.
Yeah, I want there to be a reason.
There's nothing that I can think of, at least.
Yeah, I wanted there to be a reason.
Okay, fair.
What about you?
I wanted better fight scenes than the Power Rangers fight scenes.
Okay.
Not a huge ask.
That's fair. That is fair. Our new-ish favorite question.
You ever replace the shipping one?
Yeah, no more shipping.
Yeah.
Gosling.
Friendship with shipping ended. New friendship with Ryan Gosling.
Who would Ryan Gosling play?
It's gotta be Jett.
I said the jock kid.
Oh, really? Just being a bully real quick and that's it?
Yeah.
Joanna, Ryan Gosling wouldn't play a bully.
Well, he might. And also, the last movie, you said he would just be a picture.
No, I said he'd play a character.
Who was dead and only
had a picture. Who was dead and be in a picture, yes. Because he wouldn't have played anyone else.
And I don't think he would play anyone but the jock.
All right, fine. So be it.
Yeah, and he wasn't really a bully. He was just having a bad day because he thought his parents were losing their jobs.
Which they were for the time being. But now they're not anymore.
Yeah. But apparently before then and after then, he was fine.
Yes. So, okay, fair.
Thank you.
He was in a football movie where he plays a football player in high school.
Yeah, Sunshine.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's got this role in the bag.
He's got the chops. But he wasn't very muscular in that movie, from what I recall.
So he doesn't have to be muscular in this movie.
I'm just saying in general.
Okay.
I'm just saying in general.
Okay.
No hard feelings. You want to do hot seat? We'll do hot seat, then we'll do fun facts. How about that?
Okay.
So my hot seat question for you.
Okay. I'm ready.
So similar to Jett and Kayla, have you ever been stood up or stood someone else up? It could be a friend, whatever, just anything that comes to mind.
Might have been 7th grade or 8th grade. I remember that I was invited to a birthday party and I didn't go. And I thought it was fine because it's a birthday party and I knew other people were invited and were going. But it turns out that no one went.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I felt so bad. And once I found out that no one went, I don't remember why I didn't go or what happened, but like for some reason I just couldn't go. And I was like, it wasn't a super good friend. So I was like, she's not going to miss me anyway. It doesn't matter. But then no one went.
That sucks for her.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did you get her a present later on?
Maybe. I don't remember. Like this was middle school.
You were in 8th grade, you said?
7th grade or 8th grade.
Okay.
Yeah. I just remember not going and then feeling bad.
Did I ever tell you about the soccer player in England, professional soccer player, who had a birthday party?
Yeah.
And only like two guys showed up and they took pictures together and looked so adorable. And he was like smiling with the 2 guys that were there.
You only need 1 or 2 good friends.
That was crazy that no one else, for a professional football player, no one else from the team showed up. It's
yeah,
insane.
You said that he invited the whole team.
Yeah, he invited
and
everyone.
He was like, but he was new on the team?
Somewhat, yeah. But still, and he wasn't like an asshole by any means. Like he was like a quiet guy.
Maybe it was like me. They were just like, oh, everyone else is going, so if I don't go, it's not a big deal.
Maybe. Oh, I felt so bad for the guy, but hopefully it worked out for the girl. I don't know.
Oh, now I feel bad again.
Wonder how she's doing.
All right. Your question. My question for you. Do you believe in the multiverse? or like parallel universes or alternate realities?
So I have a strange mindset when it comes to stuff like that. So I don't believe in free will or anything like that. And I also don't believe like time travel exists, because if it did, there'd be people like coming back in time and like taking advantage of everyone. And the fact that there's like this much freedom and stuff, and I mean obviously there's some billionaires, but like there's no like one supreme ruler who like knows everything, blah blah blah. So I think the only way for time travel to exist is if people were going back in time into different realities and each reality was separate. So if time travel does exist, there are other realities, I believe. But if there never is going to be time travel, then I think that it's very unlikely that the other realities exist.
Okay, so the existence of other realities is contingent on time travel.
Sort of. I think whether or not time travel exists is contingent on there being other realities.
Okay, so it's kind of like a circular thing. So one
It's like
depends on the other.
the
It's like
snake eating itself. What is that called?
I was gonna say it's like the recycling symbol.
Oh, that too. It's like it sounds like Aurora Borealis, the snake eating itself. I can't remember the term of it.
I don't remember either.
Oh man, it's iconic. It's a snake eating itself.
Yeah, that's the
what I'm
thing.
saying.
It's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Do you think other realities exist?
I want there to be other realities, but I feel like there aren't.
Do you know what this question reminds me of?
What?
A show we watched recently.
Dave?
No, a cartoon show.
Rick and Morty?
Rick and Morty.
Rick and
Rick
Morty.
and Morty.
Rick.
Rick and Morty.
Rick.
Singing the Rick and Morty song until Jett Jackson signs on to another 3 seasons. Jet. Oh man. All right, so let me get to my fun facts. As we already mentioned, there was a TV show, which was this was premised upon. The TV show ended. This was the movie. It was the final. There was nothing else after the movie.
Oh, so this was like instead of
This is the
having
finale.
the grand finale, they just had a movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like 7 seasons in a movie, but 3 seasons in a movie.
Wow. So the fans, all they got of that Jett and Kayla ship was them holding hands?
And dancing. And Silverstone
And
dancing with
Silverstone
Jett.
dancing, yeah.
Yeah.
Not even Jett.
Yep.
Silverstone.
Exactly. The Silverstone pickups. Remember them?
Yeah.
Silverstone.
Silverstone pickups.
It wasn't Silverstone. It was Silverstein. Silverstone. The show did really well, but they stopped it after 3 seasons because Disney Channel had some sort of like past history of only doing 65 episodes max per show. So that was the reason they stopped the show.
That's very strange.
I know, right?
What kind of bizarre rule is that?
I have no idea.
I don't like it.
I can't imagine that still exists, but it was like a Disney Channel show thing, apparently.
We're going to have to look up the history on that because that's weird.
Yeah, I agree. In the show and in the movie, he did most of his own stunts. Like 90%, I read.
That's impressive.
Which made sense, I would say.
Yeah, it was a very physical movie. And I'm guessing the show is the same.
Yeah, I'm guessing so. And this was the first DCOM based upon a Disney Channel TV show. There are more to come.
Yes, there are definitely more to come. That I know.
Which I'm excited about some of them.
Lizzie McGuire.
No, that wasn't a DCOM.
But it was based on a show.
Right, but that's a separate movie.
That
was
came
like an
out.
actual...
That was in theaters. I saw that.
Yeah, when she's 2 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is sounding very similar.
And I saved the best fun fact for last.
I'm
so these are
excited.
some guest appearances on the TV show, The Famous Jett Jackson.
Okay.
Hayden Christensen.
What? Anakin?
Rachel McAdams.
Oh my gosh.
Destiny's Child.
All of them?
Apparently. And this is the biggest one.
Ryan Gosling.
Britney Spears
Britney Spears?
was on this show.
This was a star-studded cast.
Could you imagine they're all in one episode? There's no way. We'll have to find...
Now we have to watch the show.
We have to watch one with Britney Spears for sure.
I wonder if she sings.
And Rachel McAdams. I wonder how old Rachel McAdams was at the time she did it. Because she's not that... I think she's pretty young. Because when did, like, Wedding Crashers come out? Like, the mid-2000s?
Something like that.
And that was like, I think that was like
And
her
this
biggest.
was out in 99, 2000, 2001-ish.
Yeah.
All right.
Who was the female lead in The Notebook?
Rachel McAdams.
It was Rachel. Oh, so that was before Wedding Crashers, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay.
I think The Notebook and Mean Girls came out either the same year or like within a year of each other.
Yeah.
How could you forget about Mean Girls?
I forgot about her being in Mean Girls.
Regina.
I know. That's crazy. It was the hair color, I think, is the difference. Because she had blonde hair in that.
And
everything else
she was
like
redhead.
Black. Well, yeah, she was redhead in that and black hair in Wedding Crashers.
I
Right?
think she's blonde in Wedding Crashers.
No. I think it's darker. We'll never know.
No, there's no way to look this up.
But I think it was
or
darker
ever to
hair.
find out.
And then just some things about the actors. So we mentioned this before when we watched Johnny Tsunami. Is Jett is played by Lee Thompson Young, and he was in Johnny Tsunami. He was the friend with the cool hat, and he was great in Johnny Tsunami too. So I think he was a very, very good actor.
Yeah, I think he did a good job.
The person who plays his mom was in The Wire, which I didn't realize at first. I had to look it up. She's the wife of one of the police officers, who's also great in that. Nigel/Artemis is played by a guy named Nigel in real life.
Do you think he just couldn't handle having a
pressure.
different name? So they were like, oh, fine, your character's just Nigel now.
He's like, Artemis is enough. I can't do another name for the actor I am.
That's definitely what happened.
And like you mentioned before, Hawk is in your favorite TV show that you have never watched, or if you've only watched parts of it, The Librarians.
And she was a librarian in training, I think.
She's lit.
Yes, she is lit.
Oh my god, that's so cool. Good for her.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much what I got.
Those are some fun facts.
Are you ready for the name of the next movie?
I'm so ready.
The next movie is called The Jenny Project.
The Jenny Project.
Hell yeah. Jennie, in case that makes a difference for you.
Ooh. Okay. I'm going to guess that Jenny is a nerdy girl, and the either popular girl or popular group, they decide to take her under their wing, possibly because of a bet. And what they do
What do they do?
they take off her glasses.
So Jenny has glasses.
Yeah, Jenny has glasses.
And
so
she wears them?
Yeah, she wears her glasses.
Ew, she wears glasses?
Yeah. Not only that, she also has a ponytail.
She's a ponytail?
Yeah, she has glasses and a ponytail. So they take off her glasses and they take out her ponytail and put her hair down.
Okay, I like where this is going.
Yeah. And then like suddenly she's really cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's the Jenny Project.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, there's like Jenny has like nerdy friends and they're going to be like, you've changed. But yeah, mostly glasses
Okay.
and ponytail.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a fun movie. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, me neither. It's going to be wild.
It's going to be lit.
It's going to be lit. It's going to be a librarian in training.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you call them lits in the library system? Or do they just call them pages?
That's insider knowledge, Sam. I can't
I'm sorry.
disclose that
You
information.
have to kill me now because I know. I said too much. Yeah, so that's all I got. You got anything else?
You know, just the regular reminder to subscribe to this podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. Find us on Instagram at Disney Channel Original Newbies. Give us an email. Tell us how you're doing today at dconewbies@gmail.com.
That's right.
And have a fantastic day, evening, or night, wherever you are.
Oh, you could also give us a call at 867-5309. Bye.
Bye.